Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We are continuing on with BOBA FETT Season 1, Chapter 5, Episode 5. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a limited, what? A limited what?
A limited edition run of the best sneakers you've ever seen in your life.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. I've been saying that all day long today. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see the limited version of our reaction because Jaby can't speak anymore. You're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. However, if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay, and you can watch the whole show with us, but you will need your own Disney Plus subscription so you can open up the show in an adjacent window to our reaction. It's like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. And so if you're watching this on Patreon already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Otherwise, I will lightsaber you. That's not even in this show. Okay.
That's true.
So here we go.
Oh.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Did I call it or what?
Wait, we haven't heard his voice yet. I mean, I'm
pretty sure we know who it is.
Oh, he's got the spear. Yeah, it's him.
They played his theme song.
Hey, you don't know. It could be like it could be
A misdirect?
Misdirect.
I don't
a red
think
herring.
so.
I'm here for Kababayas.
Oh my God.
What makes you think he's here? That doesn't even look like me. Let's discuss our options.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
Ow. He's not used to using that thing, huh?
I think it's going to be cold. Oh, damn.
Ooh. What's it gonna be?
Cold.
Cold. You kind of foreshadowed it in the intro when you were like, there's not been any lightsabers yet.
Yeah. That was great.
Spoke too
What
soon.
a great
Wow.
welcome back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. The way this whole scene has been shot so far has been great.
If you do me the honor of letting me pass, you all can help yourselves to whatever you think you deserve from your former employer.
What are you gonna do, guys?
It's a good,
Yeah, this is a good deal. He probably didn't treat you too well anyway. There's probably some overtime.
That's kind of cool that he sounded exhausted in saying that.
Yeah. He's using the head to cover his injury. Oh my God.
That was great.
What a start to the episode.
Return of the Mandalorian. No wonder they didn't put the title on IMDb yet.
No, they never do.
They still shouldn't, though.
Yeah.
They really still shouldn't put that. I mean, they shouldn't put that title. What are we in Halo? They still shouldn't put that as the title.
Right.
That to me is the same as Qui-Gon Jinn's funeral.
Right. Yeah. I did predict it though.
Right, because of the muscle thing.
Yeah.
I guess Elysium would be a better comparison than Halo.
Perhaps. That's like a pretty real moment though, because you know when you're wielding a sword like that, I guess it's different, and so you could actually end up accidentally hurting yourself, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to integrate stuff like that into our lightsaber fight scene.
I'd like my reward and the information you promised. Where is the closest access shaft to the substrata?
That was not the deal.
I'd put that on ice if I were you.
I love that they trust him enough to not take a look at it. It could be anything.
I mean, he's got a rep, you know?
It's true. I wonder if he's ever made a mistake. Like,
No.
whoopsie, I thought it was you. It's just someone that looked like you. Oh, my bad. Oh, you gotta get that looked at, dude. Maybe get some new trousers.
What is it called? Cauterize? It's
Yeah.
you know.
I did think that, but I mean, it looks sore.
Merely a flesh wound.
But that's definitely gonna scar.
Yeah, but it's in the Star Wars universe, you could just like patch it up somehow. I wonder if the stunt dude ever walked the spear into the top of the door.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminding me of oh gosh, what was that movie with Kiefer Sutherland? It was about this world that was asleep, basically. Dark City, that's what I was thinking of. Dark City.
Yeah, patch your boy up.
Never see you again. Thank you for saving me on Navarre.
Ouch.
Saving me again, it hurts.
It is the Dark Saber.
It is not won in combat and falls into the hands of the undeserving. It will be a curse unto the nation.
That's why he reacted that way.
I have met Jedi.
Then you may join our covert as we rebuild.
This is the way.
This is the way.
He covets it, huh? He covets it.
You gotta win it in combat, though.
I will fight you.
Yeah.
I want it. I want to lead the Mandos. I'm such a good leader.
Where did you come upon the Beskar spear?
It was the gift of a Jedi.
Its mere existence puts Mandalorians at risk.
Then forge it into armor.
He's such a good boy.
The dark saber is a more noble weapon for you to wield.
Oh.
Dang, he just gave that up.
Actually, because he believes in the way.
He's loyal.
Yeah.
Born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Whoa.
In order to master the ways of the Force, Jedi must forego all attachment.
That is the opposite of our creed. Loyalty and solidarity are the way.
What shall I forge for the foundling Grogu?
What? What is it gonna be? Oh my god, if we get to see Grogu in this episode? Probably not,
it makes me quite curious what the future of Grogu entails.
Yeah.
Down the line, assuming that, you know,
he goes through the training and everything.
well, we just continue to get to have more stories.
Yeah. That's
Sure.
It's quite. Ooh!
It gets heavier with each move.
That is because you are fighting against the blade. You should be fighting against your opponent.
Dang. Okay, you're gonna.
You are too weak to fight the Darksaber. You cannot control it with your strength.
Be one with it?
I am focused.
The blade says otherwise.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And now I will win it from you.
Do you agree to this duel, Din Djarin?
I do.
There are so few of you left, though.
I know. But remember, he asked him if he killed Moff Gideon, and he said no. So he doesn't necessarily have to kill him. He just has to win it in combat.
Oh wow.
What is that? That is so cool. What? Also, that guy is huge.
You gotta learn fast, dude.
Yeah. Gotta. Oh. Oh my god, it can be used against you. Okay. Ooh. Oh, he learned quick. Okay. Ow, ow, ow.
Fate has brought this blade back to my clan, and our fate will end yours!
You don't know how to wield it.
It is done. Din Djarin, have you ever removed your helmet?
Yes.
According to Creed, One may only be redeemed in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore.
But the mines have all been destroyed.
This is the way.
Their creed is so strict, man.
So dogmatic.
Yeah.
Like, he's so loyal.
He is so loyal. I mean, he did it to save his friends. Like, yeah, there's no exceptions. That's just the way, you know? He's still got the dark saber, though.
I will gladly book you on tomorrow's flight.
Fine.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh my god. What if there's an emergency? So much. What about that one? I don't know.
He can't he keep that one? Ah.
Can he keep it on his person?
Proceed.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets separated from his...
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell who it's reminding him of.
Yeah. He just wants his baby Yoda. He wants his Grogu. Oh, it kind of looks like him as well.
Oh, that's true. That's fascinating that they were able to boil it down to that little thing.
Yeah. That's very cute. Okay, where's the luggage?
Welcome to Mos Eisley.
Here.
On behalf of all our crew, thank you for traveling Starliner Travel.
Okay, everything's there.
That's an interesting design. Oh, hey!
Oh, you didn't know it was her, like, from the little thingy.
Okay, it's not here.
But where is it? Is she joking? Oh, no, she wasn't joking. Okay.
Where's your unlikely companion?
I returned him to his own kind.
Why the hell would you do that? I could have made good money off that thing. Open a petting zoo.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
This is an N-1 starfighter, handmade for the Royal Guard and commissioned personally by the Queen of Naboo. Because this baby's pre-Empire, she's off the grid.
Oh.
Did I mention? You gotta see the potential. Woo! At least let me put her together before you decide. You give me that? This baby up and going.
Gotta change that color, though.
Faster if you helped.
Do you get a discount? That's what I'd ask if I'm helping.
I remember the first time I saw those ships in episode 1. I thought they were so cool looking.
Yeah, that's where it's from, isn't it?
The Jawas had a Turbonic Venturia simulator from a Galactic Republic-era starfighter?
Well, they didn't have it. They got it.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
Can I meet them?
Yeah, sure. R5! See if the Jawas are still out back. Dated a Jawa for a while.
What?
If I give them a list of parts, could they get them for me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Told you gotta get rid of that color.
I love the detail of, like, all the little random animals that they just have. Just, you know, hanging out.
You hit this button, you're gonna evacuate your exhaust manifold, if you know what I mean. Come on now, all right, that's enough.
She means you're gonna shit yourself.
Where does this panel go? Thanks, little guy.
They should make it all chrome and silver like his outfit.
like a sports car or something, you know? There's no room for friends.
That's the idea.
I'm like, nah, I want a space sedan. I want to be able to transport people.
Right in center. You're banging around in there. What's happening? Just
Well, I did wonder, like, if he was transporting with Grogu.
Yeah, exactly. How are you supposed to bring him?
Thanks.
thanks. What? Are you kidding me? What'd you do that for? You're gonna spoil them. You're trying to make me look bad.
Presumably Grogu might be a little bit older now, no?
Yeah, he could be. But, like, he grows really slowly.
That's
Just
true.
as a species, you know?
Oh, nice.
That is sexy! It is nice and chrome.
Shiny and chrome.
Yes.
He should keep one of those sprays with him, like Mad Max.
Not a gram of fat on her. You know, no one's catching you in this thing.
Do you like it?
There's no trunk space in that thing.
You know, I figured with your disposition, you'd want to forego the astromech.
I did wonder about that.
What's your language or on the customer?
Yeah, your analogy for it being like a race car is apt because that engine right on top.
Well, he could fit a Grogu where the droid would normally be, I guess.
Think she's ready?
Ready as she'll ever be.
She's so proud.
Such a tight space.
I know, I'm like, that doesn't look very comfortable. How is he supposed to, like...
It's not turning over.
Give it a little bit more juice.
Whoa. Oh god, is it gonna blow up? It's gonna blow up, no?
God, that shit is dope.
It's like, it's just the way it was rattling. I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know. It's a little scary.
Engaging forward drives.
She was like, "Rrr."
They really spent their money on this episode, man.
She handles a little bumpy.
Yeah.
But she's a starfighter, so fly her like one.
Okay, I'll open her up.
That's cool though, the way they... Whoa. Oh, cool.
That's like he's pod racing.
Yeah.
Point your navigational disposition between the two suns. You'll come up to Beggar's Canyon.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
This is like fan service at its finest.
To the max.
He tracks like a rail speeder.
What did I tell you? Razor Crest.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
That is cool. But you can't be picking up too many friends.
It's gonna go wrong. I was wondering when it was gonna go wrong.
Did it run out of fuel?
He flew too close to the commercial crafts.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
You're not allowed to fly that fast next to a commercial ship.
See?
Relinquish your flight controls for remote control access.
Hold on a second there, Lieutenant. I think we can let him off with a warning this time.
Does he know this person?
One thing before you go.
Yes?
He saved him.
Yeah. Oh.
Are we reporting this?
You want to go back to base? Fill out reports all day?
No, sir.
The bureaucracy.
He saved him, right? Or I can't remember exactly what happened. It's been a minute since I saw second season.
Whew, well, how was it?
Wizard.
We need muscle.
BOBA FETT.
He sure would appreciate it.
Tell him it's on the house.
Oh.
I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
Don't end here. Oh, god damn it.
Aw.
Oh.
I thought Bryce Dallas Howard also directed an episode of Mandalorian last season too. That's cool. That was a super cool episode.
I really enjoyed that. That was not what I was expecting to happen this week. Because like my brain is set up for more Boba Fett action. You had called it at the end of the last episode that we would get Mando back. I didn't think that we would get an entire episode dedicated to him, much less a long episode dedicated to him, because this was longer than last week. I think this is the longest of the episodes. Let me see. No, but it's up there. It's the second longest.
Yeah.
So chapter 2 was the longest by a minute. And so anyway, that was a great opening to him, the way they did that. I mean, the pacing of it and the tone matched Mandalorian perfectly. You know, it was like we were transported right back into that show, which is pretty cool.
He ended this episode by saying, I have to pay a visit to a little friend. And part of me went, oh, is it kind of like, say hello to my little friend? Or is it my little friend Grogu? Are we going to get Grogu in the next episode? Is he coming back? Are all my dreams going to come true? Daddy Mando and baby Grogu.
This is going to be the talk of the internet, I think, this episode. Where is this going now?
I mean, it makes sense, though, because, you know, they ended season 2 of The Mandalorian with, you know, watch out for the Book of Boba Fett. And so it is all connected in some way. So now it's just, you know, we caught up with Boba Fett and now we're bringing The Mandalorian
it's merging
all of that back in. I really enjoyed that opening. I thought that was such a strong choreography and whatnot, and the way it was shot, everything. Like, I'm assuming Bryce Dallas Howard was more open to the suggestions of the fight coordinator or whoever helped to craft that fight scene at the beginning. Oftentimes, when these fight scenes are created, there is something called a previs. These action sequences are created well before filming begins on the show. The staging of everything and, you know, what weapons are used and whatever, and they present a previs to the director, to the producers, and they go, this is what we are thinking. And they show them angles and whatnot. And oftentimes, like, the suggestions are so strong that they are borrowing straight from that previs, you know, more often these days, if the director doesn't have a big ego. And so based on how well executed that fight scene was, I'm guessing that Bryce Dallas Howard was kind enough to use whatever the fight coordinator, you know, suggested as far as good camera angles to capture the action. Sure, yeah.
I'm sure they had their coverage and whatnot just to make sure they covered their butts, but for the most part, it's just like I was able to see everything in that fight. I was able to appreciate what was going on and the urgency of it all. You know, it was well done. That little moment when he's like hobbling out, he's like, yo, you can take the bunny if you just leave my ass alone. I thought that was cool, you know, it shows that he's not indestructible, he's vulnerable. And I like that because all too often we have these superheroes in movies and shows that are just like, you can't touch him. Whereas like, no, he's not perfect. They did him better than they've been doing Boba Fett. Boba Fett keeps taking L's and falling down. I was a little bit surprised at how they handled the fight with the big dude. Curious to me was like, I can't remember if we met him before, the big guy.
If we have, he didn't leave that much of an impression.
Right.
Yeah.
But right from the get-go, when you saw that saber, you knew exactly what was on his mind. I couldn't remember exactly what that meant to the Mandalorians.
It was nice to get a refresher and to have them explain just how important that was to their people. It was also interesting to learn more about the Darksaber and kind of how it works and why he was having a hard time dealing with it and using it.
How he ended up getting cut.
Because we've never really seen anything like that before, where someone wielding a lightsaber like accidentally lops off a finger or something, you know? And so that was really interesting that happened, but it was cool to kind of know why. And so now I'm like more curious about this weapon and how it works, really.
We needed that opening because there was a certain level of, for lack of a better word, violence in that opening that we have not been getting in the show so far. And it's like for having characters like Boba Fett, not Chewbacca, but the Wookiee guy.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. For having characters like this this is the underbelly of society in this universe, right? And so these people would just tear each other apart. And to not have any violence at all is just kind of strange. And so we finally saw that here in this episode. I'm like, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not looking for like blood and guts, but you do need a certain degree of violence because it's this kind of world that we're dealing with and these kinds of characters. The fight scene between Mandalorian and the big dude, I thought that was actually well done. That's another instance of like the choreography was good and the way it was shot was good, and you felt the suspense of it, like, oh god, like this is harrowing. Like he just got out of a sparring practice where he sucked with this thing.
Yeah.
And they explain why, which does two things. It gives you this sense of concern for your not your main character, but like for Mandalorian, who's the main character in this episode, right? It gives you concern for him because you're like, there's no way he's getting out of this shit. He can't even pick it up. And two, it gives you a place for him to go, right? because he has this new arc of connecting with the saber.
Yeah, and like that's a good fight scene, isn't it? Because it's not just, oh, look at the cool movement and fight that we're doing, but it's telling a story.
Exactly.
And that's the most important aspect of it.
Yeah. One of the great things in that choreography was it showed the ingenuity or the cleverness of Mandalorian versus the hubris of this guy who thought he could just muscle his way into having possession of this prized thing. I wouldn't say prized possession and speak redundantly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, but Bo-Katan tried to use her, bloodline as a reason for why she could have it and why she could wield it, and she couldn't. She couldn't have it, and everything fell apart. And then this guy was all like, well, my ancestor made it, so clearly I am worthy, but you were not.
He took his ass out.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised. I mean, I shouldn't say surprised. I was a little bit sad at the dogmaticness of the Mandos because I'm like, dang, like the reason he did it though was it was a good reason, like you said, and it's just he didn't even get a chance to make his case. That's what sucks. I was surprised she let him walk out with the Darksaber.
What's she gonna do? She has to fight him to get it.
She would have kicked his ass. That's the thing.
Who knows? That's not. I guess that's not her path. But she is very, she is very dogmatic, and it is all about the way. And he even understood it. That's why he left. It's like, okay, well, go.
One of the tough things about the inherent quality of the Mandalorians is they never take off those masks, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's hard to know what their expression would be. And so when they were back to back, I had a hard time getting a read on what that was supposed to be. Because if you have two characters otherwise who don't have masks on, you can see in their face like what they're feeling. Like maybe she doesn't really want him to go, but she has to stick to her code, right? I have no idea what she's feeling in that moment. If that is what she's feeling, or if she's just like, no, dude, you fucked up, go. Like if she's cold, it's hard to get a read on that. I was able to project onto his face when he was in the commercial flight what he was feeling when he saw the little Greedo type character.
Yeah.
Because the dude's a baby, he's green. It's like, okay, well, obviously he's thinking Baby Yoda. And then naturally he pulled out, in case he didn't get the message, audience, he pulled out the little thing that looks like Baby Yoda,
Yeah.
And so that was cool. I thought it was neat how they basically kind of took us back to episode 1 in a way, building up this ship and seeing if it works. That takes you right back to baby Anakin, him getting his pod racer going and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it works. And so,
and then like having him fly through pretty much the same scene, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're a what do you call it, a prequel trilogy apologist, then you'll definitely appreciate that. But I think that for a lot of us who remember watching the first episode 1 in theaters, like seeing Star Wars again in theaters, which was a trip unto itself. Yeah, like that brings back memories. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched those first 3 films or the prequel films in a long time because I don't have the same fondness I did for them a long time ago. I did have a fond memory in that, like going through that pod racing sequence.
It was cool. Yeah. For you talking about the Mandalorian, them being masked and not being able to see their expressions and stuff, I think that overall they're so good at their physical acting, all of them, that I could tell. Like even you knew straight away when the big guy was looking at Mando, you knew from the angle, the tilt of his head, and the way he was looking that he coveted the blade. Like they're very good at physical acting, and I do wonder if maybe that's also the direction as well, because there must be like specific notes on like, I really need you to tilt your head specifically at a 45-degree angle in this way because it's going to read this way on camera. Like you have to trust me. That's going to look good. Trust that what I'm telling you and what I'm seeing in the camera is going to tell the story in the best way possible. So I think, both the actors and director are working really well together to kind of take the limitations of having to wear this full costume with a mask where you can't see eyes or expressions, but be able to, tell so much story through just movement.
When you said direction, I thought you meant the camera angles and whatnot. But
I meant like the director.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the director's choosing the camera angles. But I didn't realize you were talking about the blocking, which is also a good point to make. There's also obviously the storytelling and what the camera's focusing on.
Yeah, sure.
And so that helps tremendously. I still can't help but feel there's a degree of something lost there when you can't see their faces. Now, that's just a byproduct of this kind of thing.
Right.
That's their culture, and so you give that up in an effort to, I guess, stay true to that. I do kind of wish I could see their faces.
Yeah, you just have to listen for nuances in voice and little movement things that tell emotion.
Sure. For some odd reason, this has nothing to do with the show. Whenever I think of Bryce Dallas Howard, I think of Jessica Chastain.
Oh.
I can't.
I think of Jurassic World.
Oh, that's how she is. Okay. Like her face, just like every time I think of her, I keep just Jessica Chastain's face keeps popping into my head because they look so similar to me.
They could be sisters. Yeah.
And Bryce Dallas Howard is Ron Howard's daughter, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. She's doing a better job with Star Wars so far than her dad.
Yeah, she's doing really well.
Interesting that both, Papa and daughter have directed pieces of Star Wars. That's fascinating. So anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. I do wish that, I don't know, I wish it was longer so we could have gotten more of the Boba Fett story. I mean, it is Boba Fett's season. And so to have...
And he wasn't even in this episode.
Yeah, and I do feel a little bit bad for that because I think there's only like 7 episodes in this entire season.
Yeah.
And so 1 episode was lost to The Mandalorian, which...
I'm not mad about.
I loved this episode. I still feel bad, though. It's supposed to be Boba Fett's thing.
Yes.
And so as much as I've got gripes with some of the choices in those first 4 chapters, I do feel like maybe this should have been more episodes. Well, let's just let this play out.
It's all part of a bigger story, and their stories are intertwined.
Sure.
And so I really, really hope that we get Grogu back in the next episode, or at least by the end.
If the next 2 episodes are 40 minutes, I'm going to be a little bit peeved. You know what I mean? It's like, he's only getting so many episodes here.
Like, come on.
Yeah, so
Next episode's going to be all about Grogu.
Next episode should be 2 hours long, and the one after that as well. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up to let YouTube know you enjoyed what you watched. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. I am Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.